Hello and welcome everyone to the English Talking today. My name is Brian, and I am so happy to have you here with me today. My goal is to help you improve your English in a very simple, easy, and relaxing way. Today we're going to explore a really interesting concept, the idea of learning English while you sleep. You heard that correctly. Even when you are sleeping, your brain can still help you learn English. Sounds almost too good to be true, doesn't it? Imagine going to bed and waking up with a slightly better grasp of English every single morning, without having to do any extra work. In this episode, I'm going to walk you through everything you need to know about this amazing idea. We'll discuss what your brain is doing when you sleep, whether sleep learning is actually possible, and I'll give you a simple guide to setting up your own English sleep learning routine. I promise to keep everything very clear and easy to understand, so you can follow along with every word and maybe even begin tonight. So get comfortable, relax, and let's begin our journey into the world of learning English while you sleep. To start, let's talk about what happens inside our brains when we are sleeping. Understanding this is key to seeing why sleep can be a great time for learning. When you fall asleep, your brain doesn't just shut down. It remains very active. It's busy with many important tasks, such as clearing out harmful chemicals, organizing memories, and helping your body to heal. Sleep is divided into different stages, and one of the most important is called deep sleep. During deep sleep, while your body is at rest, your brain is working to move new information into your long-term memory. This is how it saves the things you learned throughout the day, like moving important files to a safe folder on your computer. There is also a stage called light sleep. In this stage, your brain is a little more receptive. It can still pick up on sounds in your environment, such as quiet music or someone speaking. Your brain can notice simple sounds and messages even though you are asleep. This is the reason some scientists believe that listening to a new language like English during sleep can be beneficial. Your brain is relaxed, but it can still process simple words and sounds. While it's not the same as studying while you are awake, it can help make your memory stronger. Our brain is truly incredible. It's like a superhero that never stops working, not even when we are sleeping. Now that we understand a little more about the brain's activity during sleep, let's move on to the next question. Is it actually possible to learn English while sleeping? Now you might be asking yourself, can I really learn anything while I'm asleep? The answer is a bit complex, but I'll explain it in simple terms. According to some studies, while we sleep, our brains can process information that we learned earlier in the day. This process is known as memory consolidation. It means that your brain takes what you learned during your waking hours and transfers it into your long-term memory while you are sleeping. But here's the crucial point. You can't learn everything while you're asleep. It's not as simple as putting on an English audiobook before bed and waking up the next day speaking perfect English. Unfortunately, that's not how it works. However, there are some things you can learn more easily while you sleep. For instance, you can learn vocabulary words. If you listen to new words or phrases while you're sleeping, your brain can help store them in your memory. It can also help with listening skills. Your brain can still hear and recognize basic English sounds and conversations, which helps to improve your understanding of the language. Your brain is excellent at remembering patterns. So if you listen to English in a calm and repeated way, your brain may begin to recognize the language's patterns. This is like listening to a favorite song over and over. Initially, you don't know the lyrics, but after a while, you start to recognize them. This is a similar way that you can learn English while sleeping. However, active learning, like studying grammar or speaking, must be done when you are awake and focused. You can't become fluent just by listening to English while you sleep. But using sleep as a tool to support your learning can be very effective. So, is it possible to learn English while you sleep? Yes, it is a helpful tool that can strengthen what you already know and help you learn new vocabulary and listening skills. It's not magic, but it is a useful tool. Now, let's get into the practical side of things. I'm going to give you some simple steps to help you learn English while you sleep. First, you need to prepare your material. The first thing you need is the right audio to listen to. Begin by selecting a simple English audio that is appropriate for your level. This could be a vocabulary list of words you want to learn, a short English conversation, or a relaxing English podcast with slow, clear speech. The most important thing is to choose something simple and clear so that your brain can easily process the words. Don't choose anything that is too difficult or too fast. You want the English to be easy to comprehend even while you are asleep. You can even create your own recordings of the words or sentences you want to learn, speaking them slowly and clearly. This way, you will be listening to the exact voice and words you want to practice. The second step is to set up your environment. Your room should be quiet and comfortable for sleeping. If there is too much light or noise, your brain may have trouble focusing on the English you are trying to learn. Use headphones or a speaker for your audio, but keep the volume very low. You don't need to hear every single thing perfectly. Your brain will still catch some words even if the sound is soft. Some people like using special sleep headphones that are designed to be comfortable when you lie down. They are great for making sure the audio plays clearly without being too loud. Next, timing is important. The best time to start your English audio is just before you go to sleep. You can set the audio to play for about 30 minutes to an hour. By this time, your brain will be starting to relax and enter deep sleep, and it will be ready to absorb the sounds and words. If you listen for longer, the audio will continue in the background as you sleep, helping your brain work on the new words or phrases you have been hearing. Fourth, consistency is key. This is the most important thing to remember. Just like learning English during the day, learning while you sleep requires time and consistency. If you want to see results, try to listen to English every night. The more you do it, the better your brain will become at remembering and understanding the words. But remember, do not expect to become fluent immediately. It takes time and the progress will be slow but steady. You can also use this sleep learning method as part of a relaxing bedtime routine. A good idea is to begin by listening to calming music or a peaceful story in English. Then, when you are ready to sleep, turn on your English audio. You should avoid looking at your phone or other screens before bed because the light can make it harder to sleep. This routine can help you not only improve your English but also get better quality sleep. Here's an interesting trick. You can also listen to positive English affirmations while you sleep. These are short, encouraging sentences like, "I am learning English every day," or "I am getting better at English every day." They are simple and positive, and they can help you feel more confident about your English learning journey. Listening to them while you sleep can motivate your brain to work harder while you are resting. Finally, track your progress over time. You can keep a record of the new words you hear in your sleep or note any improvements in how much English you understand while you're awake. This will help you stay motivated and see the small improvements you are making. Now that you know how to learn English while sleeping, let's talk about the best types of content you should listen to while you rest. There are a few ideas to consider. First, vocabulary lists are a great option, especially if you are just beginning to learn English. These lists can include common words, phrases, or topics like food, family, or travel. When you hear these words repeated while you sleep, your brain will start to recognize them. Another great choice is simple English conversations. Look for short dialogues or friendly chats between two people. Choose conversations that are slow and easy to follow, with clear pronunciation. This helps your brain get used to hearing English in a natural, everyday context. As I mentioned before, positive English affirmations are also very effective. These encouraging sentences like, "I can learn English," or "I am improving every day," help build your confidence while you sleep, giving your brain a boost in the right direction. Finally, you could listen to a relaxing English podcast. Many podcasts are created to help you relax while still using English. These podcasts usually have slow and clear speech, making them perfect for sleep learning. You can find podcasts focused on meditation stories or calming sounds in English. When you're choosing what to listen to, think about what will be relaxing and easy for your brain to process. Now let's discuss what you should not expect when you're learning English during sleep. While sleep learning is a helpful tool, there are certain things you can't expect to happen immediately or at all. First, you will not become fluent overnight. It would be amazing if you could suddenly become fluent in English just by listening to audio while you sleep, but unfortunately, it doesn't work that way. Learning a language requires time and practice. Sleep learning is a supporting tool that helps with remembering vocabulary and improving listening skills, but it's not a magical shortcut to fluency. Second, you won't learn complex grammar. For example, listening to English while you sleep will not teach you the difference between the past simple and present perfect tenses. Active learning, which includes studying grammar rules and practicing speaking, is still necessary for that kind of progress. Third, you cannot rely on sleep learning alone. It is most effective when it is combined with other methods like reading, speaking, and practicing during the day. Sleep learning should be a supplement to your studies, not your only way of learning. Finally, it may not work for everyone. Some people may not feel that they are learning much while they sleep, and that is perfectly okay. Everyone's brain is different. If you don't see results right away, don't get discouraged. The most important thing is to keep trying and be consistent with your learning. To summarize, you won't become fluent overnight, you won't learn complex grammar, you can't rely on sleep learning alone, and it may not work the same for everyone. Before we finish this episode, I want to give you some final tips to help you make the most of your sleep learning journey and offer you some motivation to keep you going. The most important thing is to stay patient. Remember, learning a language takes time. Sleep learning is a small but useful tool, so don't expect results overnight. Be kind to yourself and keep going even if you don't notice big changes right away. Consistency is also key to success. Try to listen to English every night, even if it's only for 20 or 30 minutes. The more you do it, the more your brain will become accustomed to the sounds and words, and your results will improve over time. Don't forget to combine sleep learning with active practice. While sleep learning is great, you should also actively practice during the day. Speak English, read books, write sentences, and watch videos in English. Use your waking hours to practice what you have been learning while you sleep. Believe in small progress. Every little bit counts. Even if you only learn a few new words or understand a little more English each day, that is still progress. Celebrate these small victories because they all add up to big results over time. Finally, stay motivated. Learning English is a journey, and it's okay if it takes time. Believe in yourself and trust that you are getting better every single day. You are doing great. So keep listening to English, keep practicing, and most importantly, enjoy the process. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode of the English Talking Today podcast. I hope you now feel inspired to try learning English while you sleep. Remember, it is a fun and helpful tool that you can easily add to your routine. And if you ever feel frustrated, just remember that small progress is still progress. Don't forget to come back next time for more tips and motivation to help you on your English learning journey. Sleep well, learn well, and I will talk to you again soon. That's all for today's episode. Thank you so much for tuning in. I hope you learned some useful tips about how to use sleep to improve your English skills. Remember, learning a language is a journey, and every step counts, even while you're asleep. If you enjoyed this episode, please subscribe to the podcast so you never miss a new episode. Also, feel free to share this with your friends who are also learning English. The more, the merrier. If you have any questions or feedback, you can always reach out to me. I would love to hear from you. Until next time, keep practicing, stay motivated, and keep believing in yourself. Sleep well, learn well, and I will see you in the next episode. Take care.